Jenny was a first-time mother. Ever since she gave birth to her baby, she had never gotten a proper rest. Her child seemed to never get tired, crying every single moment. Jenny tried every method she could think of. She mixed up formula and fed it to him, but he simply refused to drink it. She tried comforting him gently, and held him in her arms to soothe him, yet he kept on crying. Her husband woke up but offered no help. He only glanced over, then quietly fell back asleep. The baby did not fall into a deep sleep until he cried himself out. The next day, Jenny got up early once again. She spent the whole morning carefully picking out ingredients to make nutrient-rich baby food, but no matter what she tried, the baby kept crying non-stop. At that moment, Jenny felt deeply wronged. She had no idea what she was doing wrong. What truly hurt her was not the crying itself, but the fact that her husband never acknowledged how hard it was for her to care for the baby day and night. He even said some hurtful words. She was about to fly into anger and throw all the baby food into the trash can. She finally managed to get the baby to fall asleep, and she got a little bit of time for herself at last. All she wanted was to rest in peace for a while, but the next second, the crying started all over again. Jenny felt like she could barely breathe. To calm herself down, Jenny took the baby outside for some fresh air. She hoped this would ease the anxiety building up inside her. Yet everything she saw out there only made her more anxious and more doubtful of herself. Other babies the same age were already walking, sitting calmly right next to their parents. Then she looked at her own child, who did nothing but cry all day long. Jenny was close to breaking down completely. She started to wonder whether she was cut out to be a mother. Right when she was at her lowest point and needed her husband's support the most, her husband called to tell her he would not be coming home that night. Right after she hung up the phone, the baby started crying again. Jenny's emotions finally crumbled. She let go of the stroller she had been holding onto, and the stroller rolled straight toward the road. Luckily, Jenny snapped back to her senses in time. Staring at her crying child, her heart was filled with guilt. Dragging her exhausted body along, she pushed the stroller to the store to buy diapers. Jenny's face was pale and haggard. Tiredness radiated off her entire being. The store clerk could tell at a glance that she was barely holding on, so the clerk gave her a special kind of pill. She said that if Jenny took just one pill, she would be able to understand what the baby was saying. With nowhere else to turn, Jenny figured she had nothing left to lose. She bought the bottle of pills right then and there. That night, the baby started crying again. Without hesitation, Jenny swallowed one pill. Then something unbelievable happened. As the baby cried, Jenny heard a tiny voice saying his back was itchy. She picked him up right away and gently scratched his back. The crying that had tormented her stopped immediately. At that moment, Jenny was overjoyed. The helplessness she had endured was finally relieved in this instant. The next day, the baby cried and refused to eat. Jenny took another pill. She finally understood why he would not eat. He simply wanted to use his own little spoon. Jenny swapped out the utensils at once. Sure enough, the crying stopped. He ate his meal in big mouthfuls.